I'll begin again now with the candidate of the APC. What is the primary challenge for industrial development in Anambra State? In concrete steps, how would you make Anambra an industrial hub rather than just a commercial hub? Don't forget, commerce empowers the producers in China and other places, while industry empowers the local economy.
How will make Anambra industrial hub? First of all, power. Power can be adaptive. We can bring geometrics from Aba. We can do, apart from geometrics from Aba, we can do dependent power by constructing the mini grids. Without power, without good roads, without water, there's nothing we can achieve. Industrial clusters in Onitsha, industrial clusters in Oka, industrial clusters in Newi, we should be able to, if elected into power. Number one, if we are able to provide steady power supply to our industries, the industries will grow. We are going to manufacture more. The greatest problem in Anambra State is the problem of electricity. 33 kV line. Most of the lines in Anambra State are using 33 kV line instead of 330 kV line. I'm saying that if I'm elected the governor of Anambra State, that's industrial clusters, issue of power, electricity, which is synonymous with power. Good road infrastructure. Let me give you, for instance, most of the industries in Anambra, even if I mention something like agriculture, the Excel farm in Omasi, no good road to connect to that place. You have to go through Enugu State for you to be able to go there. I'm saying that if I'm elected the governor of Anambra State, that issue of power, I'll pay adequate attention. And what is the key? The key is provide a novel environment, provide electricity, which is power, construction of mini grids, and also depending on adaptive power and the one that is dependent. And apart from that one, issue of security. Some of the foreign investors don't feel comfortable working in Anambra State because of lack of security. The incumbent governor has tried within his ability and security, but we need to do more. I'm of the opinion that if I'm elected the governor of Anambra State, that power, good road, and water, potable water, that will go a long way. That will go a long way to make the raw materials for us to source them locally. I'm of the opinion that power.
Thank you so much. Let me go to the governor and the candidate of ABGA. According to the data released by the federal government, Anambra State has received over 12 billion naira from the Paris Club bailout funds. According to arrangement with the federal government, this was meant to be spent on payment of outstanding salaries and other liabilities. How has the money been spent?
Thank you, Shehu. My predecessor left a liability, that is debt to be paid, worth 127 billion, 779 kilometers of road, and so far I have 101 roads, the 101 total 779 kilometers. I've been able to do 51 roads complete, 337 kilometers, and we have paid out 38 billion plus 6 billion on erosion, and the question is, with this obligation left, the Paris Club money, because I'm not owing salaries or pensions or gratuities, they were effectively utilized to be able to push up on the infrastructure that we're doing. By the way, if you look around, you see that Anambra, under my watch, has grown on infrastructure. Having been left 101 roads, I've achieved 51 of the legacy projects, and I've awarded 94 of my own, including bridges, 12 bridges, 6 completed, the rest are in various processes of being completed. So these things require money. So apart from the Paris Club money, my IGR has grown significantly, and that's why I cushion for salaries. The IGR moved from 300 billion to 1.5 billion, where it is now. That's why I pay salary as and when, without even waiting for the federal government budget to come. But when we reel out figures here, I would like you to ask for the for the source, like Chidoka. All the statistics he mentioned, he didn't tell you any source, and that won't go well with the people. But by the way, what Anambra requires is somebody that can drive the process, and I'm the only guy here that can do so. Tony doesn't have the executive capacity. He hasn't even worked in his entire life. My good friend Osolokoba worked in the UN, but the best place for him to work now is in Syria to be distributing relief materials. My other fellow with executive capacity is Chidoka, and he has a good executive experience, but the executive experience is in
just a moment.
Number plates and controlling traffic.
Mr. Obiano, there have been words between some of your supporters and those of former Governor Peter Obi. This is a follow-up question, though, because you mentioned it, then I need to ask you, how much did he actually leave in the state coffers when he left as governor? And are you willing to publicly publish the bank verified statements to settle the matter once and for all?
Yes. Not talking. Yes. My predecessor left 9 billion cash. And
9 million or 9 billion?
9 billion cash and 25.6 billion in script issues. These are sovereign wealth fund and shares in other banks. You know, if you put 9 million to that, you get 35.5 billion, technically. You know, but he issued checks worth over 15 billion before he left, waiting for me to cross over before those checks started appearing. You know, so you can see it's teaming and leading in accounting. That's what happened. So this is fact. We have published it already. It's already in the social media. It's everywhere. That what he left was 35 billion. Let me even tell you, if I were
not only publishing the figures, publishing in the bank statement, would you do?
Our accounts are properly audited. I have the largest funding from the donor agencies. They will not touch you with a long spoon if they don't see your transparency.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's go to the candidate of the PDP. I'll allow you also to respond to the question, the poser he gave, and that same question, because your party has raised these at your campaign. But let me ask you this. That will come as a follow-up. But let me ask you this. Anambra State had a capital budget of 52.8 billion and a recurrent budget of 48.6 billion, one of the best ratios in the country. What visible projects would you say that those kind of monies that come into the government, if, for example, you are elected as a governor of Anambra State, what in your mind do you think you can use that kind of monies for?
Well, Shehu, let's get serious here. We're talking about a correlation between money budgeted and appropriated and money spent. You must base your expenditure on result-based budgeting, project-driven budgeting. And basically what you do is this. You appropriate a certain amount of money, and if you are appropriating hypothetically 100 million for roads, a 10-kilometer road or thereabout, by the time you spend 50 of that 100 million, you should have 5 kilometers of road visible. The challenge we have here is that this government, my dear friend and my schoolmate, has in the last 4 years spent almost 600 billion. There's nothing commensurate to show. The budget of 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017 appropriated is 455 billion. Where is the commensurate infrastructure on the ground? He talked about road development. Talked about 377 kilometers built. Where are those roads? In Onitsha Metropolis, there is no 2 kilometers of road he started or finished. I asked him to show it. So we need to talk about what you need to do. You use government money, you account for it, you do it transparently. What you do is you do transparent budgeting, you do transparent contracting, so that a person from North Ija, who you've promised a 10-kilometer road, can look in the appropriations and see that 10 kilometers is promised, this is the money appropriated. If that road is not built, they can hold the government responsible. Where is the money? So it is a simple, straightforward thing. And by the way, he said I should be working at the UN. He's a banker. I worked under Shagari, I worked under Buhari, I worked under Babangida before I went to the UN. So I have federal experience, I have international experience, and I did work in this state under 2 governors. If I was not fit, he wouldn't have appointed me SSG. So what are we talking about? I hate to think that we come here to ridicule people. That's not what I'm here for. This is serious business. It is the fate, the welfare of Anambra State people. Under his leadership, this state is broken. We need to fix it. It's as simple as that.
All right.